What up, everybody? We back. We're on the radar, man. I got the drippiest, man. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this fit, man. You ain't even people. They don't even see the shoes you got on, man. I got my
Yeah,
homie Clay James here with me, man. Thank you
yeah,
so much.
I'm gonna put the clothes on. You hear me?
Yeah, man. You know what? Thank you so much for coming up here to just kick it with me and talk a little bit, man. I know we've been trying to make this work, and I know you back and forth between here and Atlanta,
Straight
and I
up.
feel like we missed opportunities, but we finally made it happen, man. You know, you had a hell of a 2019. You have had a hell of a career so far, man. We got to talk about everything that. I got so many questions for you, so we're gonna try to get these questions off. We're gonna try to cover everything really quickly, new music, all that stuff.
Yeah, let's get it.
So, but the first thing I want to know is, you wanted to be an entertainment lawyer before you became a rapper.
Facts. When I was in Savannah, one of my mom's friends, his name was Howard, and he was like the biggest lawyer in Savannah. And that was like my pops wasn't around, so that was like one of my more positive role models in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like he had a Jag, he had nice suits, like everything, and he was a good dude. You know what I'm saying? And I was cool with his kids too. You know what I'm saying? So but Howard ended up, you know what I'm saying, getting killed. Like
Oh
somebody he
wow.
was
Okay.
it was a case went wrong. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So that was like my dream. Like I was like, man, I gotta be an entertainment lawyer like Howard. You feel me? So
Okay.
well, he wasn't entertainment, he was criminal law, I believe. But you know, I always had like the entertainment. So I had moved towards once I figured out that there was more lanes in law, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm gonna be entertainment.
Right, because
So
then you could still be in the entertainment space, but you could also still be making the bread of a lawyer.
and that's really how it came about. Like that was like the first lawyer I knew. That was like one of the most successful dudes I knew out the hood legally. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So that's where that had came from.
That
So
and that's crazy. And then
yeah.
how did you make the transition from doing legal studies and all this stuff to becoming a full time artist?
So I was at Georgia State, right? And I read Kevin Lau's book, Make It Happen.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
I read that. So I was like, okay, I need to go get an internship at a record label. I was like, I need to learn what's going on at the record label, and then I move into entertainment law. You know what I
Right.
mean? So I went and started working at Grand Hustle, that T.I. and Jason Jeter
Mm-hmm.
label. So I started working at Grand Hustle, and the other interns, I always crack jokes about this because they didn't really treat me good. Like they gave me like the BS jobs. You know, they tried to keep
Mm-hmm.
me out the mix. They was really hating because I was like one of the only college kids. Everybody else was like brought in by somebody. They was either related to somebody or they was off the west side of Atlanta, you know what I'm saying, Tip Hood,
Mm-hmm.
or it was just more family orientated. And I came in on a just on an internship, just
Right.
trying to learn, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying, on some college ish. So I ended up doing that for a minute, and I ain't too much like it like that.
Okay.
And then
But you learned something.
yeah. I saw the game for what it was,
Okay.
if that makes sense. I saw a lot of cool stuff that made me even like entertainment more. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I didn't plan on rapping, but then one day, one of my frat bros, you know what I'm saying, we was smoking at the crib, and he was like, man, you know what? Man, you need to rap. And I was like, rap? He was like, yeah, boy. He said, you be fly. He's like, we throwing parties. We throwing all the hot parties. You in everything on campus. He's like, think about it. If you do music,
Mm-hmm.
we automatically got a distribution system. He said, because
I
all
like
the
that.
girls, they going to take it back to all their regions in the United States. He said,
Mm-hmm.
so now you're going to get popping in other places
Right.
just by being popping at school. And I was like, all right, whatever. So I thought about it, and then like 2 weeks later, he picked me up, took me to the studio. I made my first song.
And the rest is history.
Yeah.
And now you got a ton of mixtapes. Obviously, we you said that you was dropping a lot of stuff during the Dat Piff era, and then once you
Mm-hmm.
got your distribution deal, you added stuff and you were able to put them on like DSP streaming services and whatnot. So I think
Mm-hmm.
that's so crazy how you've been able to do a lot of what like most artists I feel like haven't been able to do, because I feel like to this day you have people like J. Cole and like even Drake kind of trying to fight to get their some of their mixtape songs or their mixtapes in general onto like streaming services. So I got to commend you for that, because you work hard and you made that happen.
See, I had the vision because it was like I knew, I was like, okay, while I'm independent, I need to upload as much music as possible,
Mm,
because if and when I do a deal,
right.
then I already have a catalog that I already own all the masters to. So then once the label, if and when I get a deal, they
Mhm.
have a single or album they want to push, you know, the numbers on that is gonna skyrocket because it's gonna have label
Right.
resources and politics behind it.
And a label push and, the media
And
and then
then
all that.
boom, that's gonna make everything else go up.
Right.
So
Of
I needed
course.
everything already on there, and then that'll be income I could be accumulating that they not
Mm.
getting a piece of.
So you're talking about being independent and whatnot. So what have you found? Because obviously you've seen the label side of things,
Mm-hmm.
you've seen the independent side of things. You interned at the labels, you've done all this different stuff, and you've been in the music industry. What do you see as like the benefit of being independent?
Control.
Mm.
Like when you on a label, depending on what label you on, you can't just wake up. Like right now, I could walk out this interview, go to Quad Studios,
Quasi
you know
legendary.
what I'm saying, record a
Yeah.
song. I could record that song. Depending on how dope my engineer is, I can get it mixed and mastered that night, and I could put it out tomorrow.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
SoundCloud, all that stuff. Audio
Anything,
Mac, all
whether
that
whether
stuff.
it be free or DSPs. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because I got a distribution deal with Empire, and I could
Congrats.
put out stuff the next day if I want to. You know what I
Wow.
mean?
They're
So
they're fast like that.
yeah. They
I
done
know
got real efficient.
Empire United Masters are very are
I got I got
good
I got I
brands
got one with
for
United Masters. I was like one of the first artists to deal with United Masters.
really.
Cause one of my frat brothers, Chris Lyons, he's like, if you know anything about Silicon Valley, he's a big venture capitalist. But
Mm.
he deals directly with Steve Stout. So when the
Oh,
idea started, they gave it to me first. So I've been on United Masters from like
that's
day one.
a very complex on United Masters. A very, 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 very complex. But that's awesome that you have all these distribution deals and you've been able to make it happen. Because I
Yeah.
have I have a lot of artists that come here, and some of them, maybe they're signed to like a local label, or I've had artists I've talked to been signed to street labels, and obviously we know how those street labels how that shit ends up going. It never goes well. And then I have
Mm-hmm.
artists who are independent, some who've been signed, and it's always interesting to hear about their take about being independent. Like some people like it, some people we've seen artists go from independent in the industry to becoming label signees. Off the rip, I could think of I remember G-Eazy from the Bay. He was independent for a very long time. Then he eventually ended up signing to a label, and like Kaylani and all them. So it's
Yeah.
interesting to see your take as someone who stayed independent, someone who's managed to still be as successful being independent versus signing.
I was signed to Snoop Dogg a couple
Yes,
years ago.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that was cool. He actually, it was a different situation with him because it was more so, it's like, okay, I make a song or I got a plan. I just text dog, like, look, this is what I want to do.
Mhm.
All right, send me the music when it's done.
Right.
See, he too busy to be around you all the time and making
Yeah.
sure you on your shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, there has to be a level where when you're on a label, when you have like a mentor like that, they can't hold hands forever, of course, because like you
Mm-mm.
gotta go and like the what's the term looking for, like spread your wings on your own. You know what I'm saying? Make your own path.
In that, I felt like that was a dope situation because I still was kind of independent, but I still had somebody
A
that
label sport,
a major push.
right?
You know what I mean? So if you have a situation like that, and the percentage was great, you know what I mean? So if you're in a situation like that, it could work. Um, the only reason I would say it probably didn't work out with me and him was because he wanted me to be my own boss and have my own label. And quite frankly, I kind of was getting tired of everywhere I went, people wouldn't say Clay James. Like if I walk in the club, they'd be like, Snoop Dogg artist in the building. And I'm
Mm.
like, but I'm Clay James. You know what I'm saying?
I understand. It's kind of
So
like being the son of somebody famous. You know what I'm saying? Like Michael Jordan's kid. It's like that's the son of Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Like
you,
instead
you
of
kind of lose yourself.
you kind of and I can understand why that's upsetting, because I've been in like similar situations like that, and I do understand. It's like, all right, but I want to be able to do what I do on my own and be known for the person that I am, and the host that I am, versus and same with you with being an entertainer. So you ended up going completely independent after that.
Yeah, and I just went in. I did a distribution deal with Empire. Like I said, I already had distribution means with United Masters, and I also have a distribution situation with New Wave Distro. New Wave Distro is who I actually collab with to put out things on my own label.
Oh, nice.
You know what I
And you
mean?
now have your own label.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Do you
yeah,
like
yeah,
having your own label?
yeah. Because my thing is this: I know that I've done enough stuff in the industry, even though I haven't gotten to where I want to be.
Mhm.
But I've done enough stuff to where I feel like I can facilitate and help other people's careers.
I like
And
that.
it's a situation where I feel like next year I'm gonna be a superstar. So the next step after you become a superstar is having your own imprint, putting your own people on, because that's how you solidify longevity.
Right.
So me, I'm looking 10 steps ahead. I'm like, okay, my trajectory, if you look at everything I got going on right now, it ends in me being a superstar. So why wouldn't I go ahead and pick my people now so I don't have to backtrack? I don't have to go find people. It could be people who I've been dealing with for years, building a relationship with, and I feel comfortable
Okay.
investing my time and money in.
I love
I
that.
really, my label is family orientated. Everybody I deal with right now, and I don't call them my artists, I call them my label mates because they
Mm.
their own bosses. Everybody
You don't have to. You don't
has
want
their
them
own
to have to
imprints.
do the go through what you went through and like walk in the club, be like, oh, Snoop Dogg's. You know, you don't want them to be
Nah,
like, oh, like
nah,
it's Clay James' artist. Like, nah, like we all
nah.
equals, kind to
Exactly.
some
That's why
extent. Yeah.
everything is a partnership. Like each one of my people got their own imprints. So it's like for instance, I got Killer Quad. He from Savannah, Georgia. His own imprint is called Killer's Tight. So it's
Okay.
Killer Tight, PCMG. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Chris J is Class of Stoners, PCMG, and then King Elway is Cream Team, PCMG. Like I make sure their name and their brand stays in front of them, and then it's like you got the PCMG stamp
Mm-hmm.
behind that. You know what I
I
mean?
like that. That's kind of a good way to go about it because you're letting them still be their own person. I think it's interesting because as you're speaking, I'm seeing all the different things that you picked up throughout your career, and you kind of brought like the family-oriented label that you kind of talked about with Snoop, not Snoop, Ti, and then like hearing what where Snoop sent me the music, and then he let you be his own art, like let you be your own artist, and
Yeah.
it's kind of interesting how everything pieces together like in what you just told me. Like I see how you took everything from Snoop to Ti to your experiences with the label and being independent. You kind of like incorporate it into your own company now, which I think is very dope of you.
Each level in my life, like I was discovered by Big Boi, most people would say.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he was like the first person to really like give me like
Give you your
real
first start.
advice.
Okay.
Yeah, like he gave me real game, and he gave me when Big Boi came into play, being that we in Atlanta, me and Big Boi are both from originally from Savannah, Georgia. So
Yes.
it was like, whoa, Big Boi messed with him, and they from the same place. He never did that before, so it gave me an upper hand out the gate. You know what I'm saying? And then it's
Yeah.
like he went half an outcast. You know
Of
what I mean?
course. And
It's
the legends.
it don't get no better than that. And then I make real southern feeling music, like
Right.
you
And I was
know,
telling you that I'm like, it's not easy for someone like me to get into like some real, not like your typical like trap and whatnot. It's like real. Your style of rap and your music is like real, like southern gritty. You know what I'm saying? Like I got some like Shawty Low vibes in there from your music,
yeah,
and
yeah.
and I fucked with it because like like I said, sometimes it's hard for people from different places to kind of resonate. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard for East Coast people to sometimes resonate with West Coast music, vice versa, North, South.
But that's one
Exactly.
thing, like that's one thing I picked up from Big and the Dungeon family though. I feel like me, the way rap is right now, everybody sound the same, right? And everybody's rapping on the same beats, everybody using auto tune and
Yeah.
harmonizing and stuff like that. And you can't tell where nobody from. So like
There's
I
no
noticed with
rawness to it anymore.
nah, it's like everybody just trying to they trying to do what's popping to get a check. And I dig it. Take care of your family. But I feel like with hip hop, and like I said, that's something I noticed from Outkast,
Mm.
is you knew out of everybody that was out at the moment with Outkast, the Dungeon Family, Goody Mob, all that, you knew they was from Atlanta.
Right.
When you saw them, when you heard them, everything about them spoke where they're from in the
Right.
essence of the South. And that's what I want to represent. Like I want you to see me and be like, he got to be from Georgia. Like,
Right.
look at his teeth, look at his hat. Like, look how he talk. He's country. He is country, but it's like he country, but I love it. You know what I'm saying? I love
Right.
him.
Right.
And when I want people when they close their eyes and they listen to me, they know exactly where I'm from. Like you see pictures, you can see everything I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? In a southern way, the essence of the
Right,
South.
because I knew you were a Southern rapper, but then when I first played your music and whatnot, I was like, oh, he from the South side. You know what I'm saying? It's not like
Yeah.
it's not like the style of trap from Atlanta that's popular today, which there are so many different lanes of trap music now.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like, your style isn't like, like the Migos style or like anything like that. Like you really are like in the roots of like, correct me if I'm wrong, in the roots of like Atlanta, like trap and hip hop, which is
Yeah,
what
yeah, yeah. For
which is what
sure.
I really like, because there's not enough of that these days. And I feel like, I say that about New York music too. There's not enough of that, but now there's, New York's on the come up. We're trying to catch up to y'all because y'all really out here, y'all really killing the game.
Yeah, it's going
But
crazy.
but yeah, no, I really like that's what you've been doing. So what you got coming up? Because I know you got a new single dropping in a few weeks, man. What is 2020 have in store for you?
My new single that's about to drop is called For the Bag. It's featuring Sunny. That's actually one of my business partners for PC MG.
Nice.
She's actually the senior VP at A&R. So she do a lot of writing for other people. She got some placements about to come out. I ain't gonna say who, cause she'll kill me. But she got some big placements about to drop, and everybody gonna know her name in 2020. That's
Beautiful. I
Sunny
love it.
MF. She on the hook of the record. It's
Mhm.
produced by C Walker. He produced my last record that you said you like, Can't F With You.
Yep.
We just got good chemistry, so I'm gonna keep on dropping stuff with bro. That's my big homie. Next up, I got my label mates. They dropping music. Chris J got a single coming out I'm featured on called Players Only. It's produced by Natural Disaster.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? He Grammy nominated. He doing his thing. Young Cat from out of Kennesaw. Who else? We got Killer Quad dropping a new single. King Elway dropping a new single. And
These are all your label mates.
yeah, and Pimp Sweet
Well,
too.
they're your label mate. They're your signees, but they're your mates. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. That's how I kick it. Cause everybody they own boss. I don't want nobody to say. I don't want them to be called my artist. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like that's kind of played now. You
A
know what I
hundred
mean?
percent.
Like
Super played.
and then if I f up, I don't want that to be a reflection of them.
Ooh.
Like if I mess up, it just need to
Mhm.
be I messed up. It don't need to, you know what I'm saying, trickle down through the ranks of my
I like
organization.
that. I
You know
like
what I'm
that
saying?
mentality.
Like and vice versa. Like if they got something going on, they got some BS going on, it don't need to come back on me. Even though it probably is because I'm at the top.
Right.
But I don't want mine to reflect on what they got going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That ain't why I put
Because
everybody
God forbid
together.
something happened, at least they still have, like you said, they still got their own imprints
Exactly.
of their brand and what they doing.
Exactly. So we dropping music. We got South by Southwest coming up. We currently
You got a lot of stages. You got how many stages? I didn't write down,
three.
but you told me you got you got a bunch
Three
now.
right now. You know what I'm saying?
That's
It's
a
probably
lot.
gonna
That's
be more.
big.
I usually do about seven or eight. But
That's a complex.
collectively,
You said that really, really relaxed. Like
I
just
mean,
it's 7 stages. That's South by Southwest. Just no big deal.
I
It's
like to
cool.
perform, man. That's how I got my
I gotta see
buzz
you
in the
perform.
A.
I gotta see you perform.
Man, I'm probably gonna be
We gotta
back up
get you a
here
show.
soon.
We gotta get you at a show out here. We gotta see you perform. I need to see it.
I got you.
I wanna.
I
I
be
want
up here
some.
all the time doing shows. So
I
it's
know, but
nothing.
you and I just met, so if I wanna, do my guy Ash, I really want to see like next time I want to see some real like hardcore Atlanta trap music, but in New
Hey,
York. I feel like that shit'll
it
go
goes
crazy.
on now. My last show crazy now.
I'm not denying you. Hey
It's
man, look, just
crazy.
the fit alone, I'm like, yo, I know like your live show, you come with a different type of drip, a different type of energy,
I bring a vibe with me now. I bring the South
like
with
a
me.
classy trap vibe, a classy trap vibe. I
Yeah,
like it.
yeah, most definitely. Cause you never too cool. You never too cool to be intelligent. You know what I'm saying? You never too cool to be fly. Like I always tell young cats that, like, you know what I'm saying? It's okay to get a haircut. It's okay to have your pants on your behind. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all right. Like, girls like that. Girls like when you
I
put on
think you're the first
cologne.
person to say that it's okay for people to sag. But you know what? I'm a rock with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm a rock with you. I'm feeling the energy, so I'm a rock with you.
Yeah. So it's a vibe, bro. Like I'm all about positive energy and really just kicking pimping, man. Like
I love that.
it is what it is. So
I
we
love
got
that.
South by Southwest. We got
Do you have
3
an album coming
stages.
out this year, or what we thinking?
Nah, I'm just dropping singles.
Okay.
And
You
I
just
told all
you're
my people
steady
to just
working.
focus on singles.
I love that.
Just
Cool.
single. We gonna single these folk to death. We gonna build up a solid foundation, and then when there's a major demand, we gonna start dropping them projects.
Nice.
We got enough music, but you gotta have strategy. You gotta have digital marketing.
Wait for the man to be there.
Exactly.
Dope.
Exactly.
Dope,
Ain't no
man.
point of wasting no music, wasting no money, wasting no time. I only got
Boom.
one life
That's
to
it.
live. You feel me?
That's it. Well, I want to thank you so much for coming today. Next time when I make my first trip to Atlanta, I'm gonna make sure I check in with you.
You got to. We going to Magic City. We going crazy.
I need to go to Magic City.
We going crazy. We gonna go to Blue Flame too. We're gonna go to Magic on a Monday, Blue
Hey,
Flame on a
yo,
Tuesday.
you gotta have me out here in Atlanta wilding. I'm excited. I'm excited, man. Well, I want to thank you so much. Let the people know where they could follow you, where they can get your music, all that beautiful stuff.
Shit play. You can follow me at Who Is Clay James. That's on everything. And then you can find the music everywhere. You know what I'm saying? All the DSPs, Audio Mac, SoundCloud, just Clay James. I got about 150 some songs out. So do your thing, man. Do your research.
A lot of music out, man. Clay James on the radar. Thank you so much, brother.
Hey, bro, appreciate you.
Keep it classy.
Appreciate you.